So except for Professor Tolkien, the most famous Elvish speaker of all time is probably Viggo Mortensen. It's sometimes been said that he basically mastered Elvish, or at least its sound and feel, you know? And while basically nobody can be as fluent in Sindarin or Quenya as in any other real language, we can get quite close to fluency. And I think that was Viggo Mortensen's goal when learning Elvish for the Lord of the Rings movies. Basically to learn a lot of words, some rules, and master the sound of Elvish. And I think he accomplished that flawlessly. So now the question is, how did he do that? How did he get to that level in Elvish? There's not a lot of information about it, but I came up with 3 different reasons for his mastery of Elvish. So let's go through them and maybe they'll help you as well. So reason number 1 is that he's a polyglot. Especially I think the fact that he speaks Danish and also other Scandinavian languages helped him the most. Basically, you know, he has a dual citizenship. He also learned Spanish when he was very young. He moved a lot as a kid and he, you know, was just very passionate about languages, and all of that led him to learn basically 7 to 9 languages, depending how you count them. And especially those Scandinavian and, you know, Northern European languages are very helpful for the pronunciation of Elvish languages, because Professor Tolkien was basing those Elvish languages on those Northern European languages, and also Latin. So for that, Spanish can be very helpful. So, you know, he wasn't just an English speaker, and that helped him to get the right pronunciation, or at least get close to it very quickly, and then expand on that. And when Viggo Mortensen was learning a different language for a different role, you know, he himself was quoted saying that knowing more than one language helps a lot, especially for getting the sound of that new language quickly. So that's the first reason. Reason number 2 is that he was a big fan of the story, and especially his plot with Arwen, and wanted to make that as close to Mr. Tolkien's original vision as possible. So basically there's like a rumor that Viggo Mortensen didn't want to return for the Hobbit movies because he knew that the story of Aragorn would have to have been changed very much from Mr. Tolkien's original vision, and he didn't want that to happen. So that shows us just how much he respected the original stories. And now here's a fun fact. Liv Tyler, who played Arwen, of course, once said that Viggo Mortensen would come multiple times and ask the writers and the producers to change the dialogue in the love scenes of Aragorn and Arwen from English to Elvish. And she also said that she very much agreed with it because it would benefit the story and their relationship so much. So that just shows you how passionate Viggo Mortensen was about all of that. Playing Aragorn, he was injured, you know, probably many times. And he also showed this dedication and passion when learning Elvish. You know, having a goal, a motivation, you know, like an internal motivation is very important in whatever we do. So that's it. That's reason number 2. And now reason number 3 is that, you know, on any big budget movie, first of all, there are dialect accent coaches, and specifically for the Lord of the Rings movies, Peter Jackson hired the linguist David Sallow to expand the languages a little bit, you know, make up some ready phrases for the characters to say. Viggo Mortensen maybe even had some talks with him on how he can get better at Elvish. They could have even had some tutorship sessions, and that just emphasizes how important it is to have like a master, you know, somebody that you can learn from directly. And then, you know, some dialect coaches and some older actors as well who also had to speak Elvish in the movies, like, you know, Sir Ian McKellen. This community environment, I'm sure, led to everybody getting better at Elvish, especially the pronunciation and, you know, the feel of the language. So that's it. These are the 3 reasons I came up with, and I think we can really learn a lot from how Viggo Mortensen approached learning Elvish and just how passionate he was about the accuracy of storytelling. Now I've got full Elvish courses in my Elvish community, so if you also want to supercharge your learning, then click the first link in the description and I'll see you there. But either way, I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of the Elvish Month. Na vaer!